Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today we have Sri RVS Mani back with us. As you all know, he is like a James Bond for us. He is the one who shot to prominence as a whistleblower in 2009 when he alleged that he had been forced to sign documents that fabricated a narrative of saffron terror. His book, Hindu Terror Insider Account of Ministry of Home Affairs, was a super hit. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
It's been a long time, sir, and I think all our viewers have been very keen to hear from you.
I feel honored if I have such a following.
Certainly. You have a very, very big aura, and since you've not been with us on our channel, many people have been literally behind me asking me when is Mani sir coming. So thank you for obliging us.
Welcome.
Yeah. So, sir, straight away we'll go into the subject because I believe you have only 20 or 30 minutes with us. So let us not waste any more time, friends. We'll go straight into the kind of news that we want to hear from Mani sir. Mani sir, the opening of this Lal Singh Chaddha has sent shockwaves across the Hindi film industry, and everyone has gone into a shock of rethinking and re-strategizing. Earlier, an Amir Khan film, even in the worst of scenario, would have opened at rupees 15 crores. With such a start, the message from the audience is loud and clear: make good, big screen worthy cinema. But behind all this, Mani sir, the agenda is that Boycott Bollywood started with the death of Shan Singh Rajput. And it is this movement, that has made the people angry against the going-ons in Bollywood. Your take, sir.
Shan Singh Rajput was an eye-opener for the fans of Bollywood. Of course, I have not been seeing any Bollywood movies for almost 15 years. I know the funding pattern. I know where the funds are come and how narratives are set. It is not today, right from the 80s, the entire ecosystem in the Bollywood had changed. Either nepotism or extraneous considerations are the only thing. And even the content used to be a particular narrative. And when at the time it was in a very subtle way, we were not even able to relate it to it. But when the Bollywood prominent people started coming out and saying like this, the same gentleman called Amir Khan said, he started deriding the Hindu belief, the Hindu practices, the Sanatani practices. Don't waste money on milk, give it to somebody, etc., etc. So that was itself a setback, but still, since that was a particular show in which he had come, that Satyameva Jayate, which was anything but Satyameva Jayate, it was a basic attempt to deride. It was, in fact, it is a sort of a psyops, we call it. It's a psyop to make sure that the Hindus feel guilty of their own practices. Yeah. That was the message coming from the Bollywood, and the handlers of these Bollywood, whether they were from the Qatar or from the Pakistan or from the D gang or whatever it is, they were able to penetrate in this way. But now, Sushant Singh Rajput was one of the eye-opening events, one major milestone. And thereafter, he's going and meeting with the Turkish president's wife, the first lady of Turkey. See, I will put it in right perspective. See, earlier, ISI used to take their agents whenever they had to take somebody from India to Pakistan, to ensure that they don't take because anybody's passport getting stamped visit to Pakistan becomes a problem in other visas. So what they used to do, they used to take to Gulf somewhere, from there give different travel papers, take them to Pakistan, get their job done in this. But of late, it was being done through Turkey. It's all well known. So I do not know whether how long he spent in Turkey and did he also visit Islamabad during the period. We do not know. It's a matter of conjecture. Turkey and Cairo, Istanbul and Cairo are also the two places from where many people from South Asia also go and land up as ISI volunteers. ISIS, those who are motivated to join the ISIS also go through this route only, there is no other way. So these are all factors. And I have spoken about it on many occasions, and these are all factors which was an eye-opener for the vast majority of population in India. The very interesting thing is the majority is always persecuted in this country only, no other way, nowhere else, because there are certain, I say there are certain distortions in the constitution. We will talk of it on a different day, and other ways and all. Plus the political leadership also has been doing it, and we are getting used to it. It has something sort of a, for this persecution of majority is getting, we are getting used to it. I think this is the normal. We have been told, we have been taught, whether it is the lessons in history, whether it is the thing, other things like that. That is what we have been. This has penetrated into our mindset. Now I am very happy that if you do it, overdo it something. They went into overdo this, the Shivalinga, and subsequently going and meeting Turkey. And Lal Singh Chaddha also, if you see the content, it is highly derogatory to the Indian Defence Forces.
Yes.
Many people, quite a few of them who have shared the content with me, say that it is derogatory to the Indian Defence Forces, number one. One gentleman has filed a complaint in Delhi High Court also. And also it is derogatory to not just Hindus, it is also derogatory in the Sikhs, showing it as if they are not mentally up to the mark. They are not mentally equivalent to the Muslims and all that. See, this is an agenda. Let me come back to you that apart from my first book called Myth of Hindu Terror, I have written another book called Deception, the Family That Deceived the Nation. In that I have detailed how, in the aftermath of 1971 war, Bhutto and Indira Gandhi signed the Shimla Agreement. But there were certain, that Shimla Agreement had a distortion. 93,000 POKs were released. Incidentally, they were not our POKs, they were the POKs of Bangladesh. Only Bangladesh could have released. And had we left it to Bangladesh, they would have been arsoned and killed, because they were not POKs, they were rapists and arsonists and all that. Now, we will not reopen that chapter. At the same time, there were certain unwritten arrangements in that. You go to 1971 war, one of the major victors of the war who vanquished the Pakistan were all Sikhs. And those days, almost more than 25 to 30% of the Indian security forces consisted of Sikhs. So this Bhutto and these people, they got a systematic way. They introduced militancy, made Sikhs into militants. So they used only two ways. One is migration or militancy. And that is the root cause of, see, embers of Khalistani movement have been existent in right from early 20th century. But this was the force multiplier for the Khalistani movement, for which we have made heavy sacrifices. And till today we are supporting. So this derogatory depiction of a Sikh soldier goes with that narrative of Pakistan. So you have to see it in a larger perspective. So I'm very happy that the film has bombed. Now all sorts of things are saying that film is not Amir Khan but around 250 actors are there. Then why did they speak about the Kashmir files which was capturing the truth?
Yeah.
I will give the script. Will somebody say anything about the truth of the Sikh militancy which I have just spoken about? I will give them the script, complete script,
Yeah.
well researched script. Will they do it? That how a country which was willing to give their a community, a ethnic group which was willing to give their lives for India in 1971 turned to militancy in 1977. In 6 years, what changed?
Hmm.
It was the agenda peddled by, it was a proper agenda of collusion of these two parties, Indira
Hmm.
Gandhi and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Will any of these Bollywood fellows will take that? Will they take it? I will willing to give the script free of cost. They won't take it because that doesn't suit their own handler's agenda. So all these things have been systematically, even the content has been systematically corrupted to make Hindus, to make Sikhs ashamed of their culture. That is very unfortunate. And that is the reason now an awakened majority has given the first response to it. I'm sure more and more such responses will be forthcoming.
Sir, it's reported that Amir Khan's movies, which are not doing well in India, earns huge collections in China. Is it a part of money laundering? Why ED's attention is lacking in this aspect?
See, it is very difficult to establish. See, ED, prevention of money laundering requires a lot of very irrefutable evidences. How they are doing it in China, whether it is the rights which are being sold or video rights are at inflated, see, overpriced video rights and all that, CD rights and all that. What they do is, these, even earlier it used to happen in the other Hindi films also, that the rights for Gulf or rights for some other places like UK or where the North diaspora is there, they were inflated or overpriced
Hmm.
or over invoiced, not actually
Yeah.
overpriced, but over invoiced to show the success of the film and the higher revenue, and the money used to be laundered out of that. So this is certainly a case like that. That if in China, how many people will be willing to watch an Indian movie, even if there are subtitles in Chinese, Mandarin, or even if it is dubbed into Mandarin? Basically, the movie culture itself is very not very prominent in Chinese society, Mandarins and all. I have seen it in other places also. They are very little. They are into their relaxation or their recreation is something different. They go for playing, gambling and all other things. They hardly go for the Chinese culture. At least I have seen what in Hong Kong, in Malaysia and Singapore, etc. is they hardly watch movies. So how come that Chinese are watching so many movies, only Indian movies that at all? So that is very surprising. It's the biggest giveaway. It's the biggest
Yeah.
giveaway.
Hmm. So now, apparently, Sonia Gandhi again has got COVID.
Because of to where's the ED or otherwise, I do not know.
Yes,
Huh?
it looks like she's trying to
Because
avoid the ED. This is the second or third time that she has got COVID.
see, there are all the Congress fellows have been protesting and disrupting the life in Delhi. She has to face the law. Nobody is above law. So that needs to be conveyed to the Congress. But they have been doing a lot of many things which uh, this the Congress people do not want to, because we do not know how many heads are going to roll.
Yeah.
So that is the reason. Again, she has got COVID. That means she requires to be admitted to the hospital and go through the entire procedure. And the DD should take over the hospitalization and treatment, because like in the, it is like a custodial treatment, like Partha strategy or others have gone through. Something like that should move in.
Yeah.
So that from the hospital she goes directly to the custody. And there is nothing, in fact, Supreme Court has also upheld the power of arrest under PMLA. There is no doubt about it. I fail to understand why even the ED did not arrest either of them with so much of mounting evidences. It's quite a surprising thing to me.
Yeah.
Maybe for a law and order situation, or maybe I do not. I was quite surprised.
So, in the case of Sameer Wankade, Nawab Malik claims are proved false for the former NCB officer Sameer Wankade and his father are not Muslim and never gave up Hinduism, is what the committee has found out. Now, Sameer Wankade's caste certificate was likewise confirmed by the committee. The committee had taken down the arguments from both sides in a 91-page verdict before concluding that Wankade was not Muslim by birth. Additionally, the committee found that he and his father had not converted to Islam from Hinduism. The caste verification committee has cleared a former NCB official, Sameer Wankade, in the caste certificate matter, bringing an end to a year-long controversy. Now, see, what I want to ask you, sir, see, he was one of the strongest officers that NCB had, who did not fear anybody. And he went to the extent of challenging the topmost star, his star son. And he had the guts to do that, but he was beaten, not physically, but mentally by the Mahavikas Aghadi. Now, is this, and the center has not helped him at all. So, is this a kind of action, brave, patriotic officers receive, when they do their duty so conscientiously?
Indeed, many of them do suffer. Many of them do suffer at the behest of their own colleagues who will not put in their effort. Even if there is a political leadership supporting you, there will be many colleagues who are willing to compromise and look the other way, not stand in your support. And this is very common. And about Sameer Wankade, including even the witness is missing from Mumbai. He cannot return to Mumbai. And about the third point is Nawab Malik himself got into jail because of same type of liaison with the D gang. And also the money laundering and so many other things. So this gives a picture. If you connect the dots, it gives the picture is very clear. So that is the reason I say nothing surprising about it. It was simply to break him, to break his back, that they challenged the then Mahavikas Aghadi government, had challenged they have challenged his wife, they have created trouble for his father and all that. This is a way of, see, I have lost my parents standing up to certain things. So I know how they can break you, what are all the way they will break you. And that is what happened, because he was posted in Mumbai and ultimately he had to be posted out of Mumbai just to. The government actually saved him, otherwise he could have been Sameer Wankade, there would have been an accident. Even that was possible. So he was to be shifted out because, see, he can give autonomy, but he cannot be protected because law and order is a state subject. So these are all certain paradoxes in our constitution, which also needs to be looked into in a larger national interest.
But Mani sir, the NCB, the CBI, and the all the ED all come under the central government. Why can't the central government protect them?
See, basically at the lower level, there was an officer of the CBI who went in the context of, even one officer from Bihar, one officer of the Office of High Court order, he went and tried to investigate the Sushant Singh case. He was put under quarantine for 15 days, if you recollect.
Yes.
These type of acts, because when you are in their land, law and order police, I know that a particular judge of a magistrate level judge in some state was also put because he was giving politically incorrect, not inconvenient judgments. One fine day, he had gone to inspect some other court. At that time, he was arrested and put behind the bars, and later on made to compromise. So that police being used as a private army by the ruling dispensation is a major challenging fact. Do you remember Vishwambar Bhatt or somebody, a
Yes, yes.
journalist in Karnataka was arrested like that by the Siddaramaiah government.
Yes,
In Kerala, what all is happening, you know that.
yes,
So these are all, even in Tamil Nadu also things are not very rosy. They use them as a private army for themselves. That is the misfortune. And that is where the reforms have to take place. That is where certain reforms, certain constitutional reforms have to be taken place, and also even pre as a sanction in respect of officers who are investigating important matters have to happen. Supposing if the officer who is investigating the ED case against Sonia and Rahul Gandhi has to go to Rajasthan to collect some piece of evidence or interrogate somebody, the Rajasthan police will not spare him. That is the type of risk they face. In spite of being in the most powerful investigating agency, doing all in the public interest, these are all perils we have. You know that Mamata Banerjee also did not allow a CBI officer to investigate, take the statement of somebody. Kamal Nath did not provide police protection as a chief minister for an income tax investigation of his own family members. So these are all there. So because that local level security help has to be provided by the local police. If I bring in the central forces, they can arrest even the central forces and create a problem for them. So this is what is the problem.
sir. But you remember when this Godhra riots and all was happening at that time? After that, Modi ji and Amit Shah were questioned by SIT for so many hours, and they had to undergo the whole grilling. So they knew that they were the victims of a witch hunt by the Sonia Gandhi regime. Now, when you yourself undergo this kind of harassment and torture, isn't it more easier for you to understand when it happens to other people and to help them out?
Certainly, Amit Shah was also given the externment order and all that. They have suffered it. Sometimes we will talk about Godhra as an exclusive thing. How a live hospital, now that the Tista settlement thing has also come out. Yes, they should go for some reforms because they have themselves suffered, not in one case, but in 3 or 4 cases. Shorabuddin,
Yes.
it was again a lie which was planted on them, a fake encounter. Ishrat Jahan, again something which was planted on them. So these type of things they have suffered, personally they have suffered. Being the home minister of a state or the chief minister of the state, you suffered. You went in through the SIT and all that. So that is what they should, I thought they should, because that SIT, of course, in the Ishrat Jahan case was appointed by the High Court judge.
Yes.
So there was the high, we cannot intervene into the judiciary's judgments. But still, it was a very rare case and I have no comments on that. I faced that SIT. This type of thing, some protection, some sort of a thing should be brought in.
Yes.
That's certainly required, some legislative protection.
Yeah. So the next point before, I know you would like to leave after some time. The next point is BJP leader Sanjay Jaiswal alleged that there is a PFI hand behind the alliance formed between Nitish Kumar and Tejasvi Yadav in Bihar.
I will put few things which are on public record in front of you. 2012, Nitish Kumar took a delegation to Pakistan to study the developmental model of Pakistan. That is what is purportedly stated. Anybody can verify that from the internet. 2 months back in 2022 itself, in Fulbari Sharif, a big PFI sleeper cell was busted by the National Investigation Agency. The third dot is 1 week back, an ISIS recruiter was arrested from Batla House in Delhi who belonged to Patna. And the day he was arrested, the next day, Nitish Kumar decided to change his allies. Change his allies. So, if Sanjay Jaiswal, observer it is, if he is saying something, see, these are all the dots. If you join, our conclusions and Sanjay Jaiswal's statement are converging on that. Whether it is for some investigating agencies. In fact, the governor should have sent a report that PFI is operating Fulwari Sharif. This is what has happened, or the IB should have sent a report, so that the entire myth about secular and non-secular is broken, and the true face of Nitish Kumar changing his allies is brought out. The reasons are not just some differences or anything like that. What was it that the ISIS recruiter is arrested by the National Investigation Agency and the next day you decide to change the ally? Do I need to say more? 1 2 months back at PFI.
Yeah.
Fulwari Sharif, a full.
Yeah, he also said that the plot to carry out a terrorist attack was discovered before PM Modi's visit to Bihar in July. The PFI link was discovered when the probe was handed over to the NIA.
So that is what Fulwari Sharif. So what does it indicate? What does it see? It is not, as again the issue of state role in this comes. In the Hussainiwala visit, PM was stranded on the road for 20 minutes before he decided to come back.
Yeah.
And it is not so simple. If the Pakistan, he was a Pakistani border state. Across the border, Pakistani rangers are posted there, and he was on the right target of the Pakistani rangers. Anytime they wanted, they could have done a mischief. They did not do it is by virtue of God's grace or some sensibility, or they would have known the international ramifications of that. But he was right in this. What happened? Who is responsible for that in Punjab? State government of Punjab, Mr. Channi, should have been taken to task on that. Here, again, Fulwari Sharif. So why are they after a gentleman's life? He is the Prime Minister of the nation. It is a pride. If he loses his right, I may not like my Prime Minister, but if a Prime Minister of the nation is assassinated, it is a slap on the face of the nation. It is a shame for the nation that we cannot promote the democratically elected Prime Minister. And as long as he is democratically elected Prime Minister, he deserves all the respect and all the security. So if state governments like Nitish Kumar or Channi had been doing like this, it is very, very unfortunate, extremely unfortunate, and this should be curbed. And that is the reason I have said in many occasions, terrorism, Naxalism, this is narcotics, which is basically the financer of terrorist activities, border management, so many other things. They should not be treated as law and order issues, including the PM or VIP security, but they should be treated as something like a national and constitutional amendment is required. Bring them under the union list so that these people do not mess with the. See, it is not Narendra Modi, it is Prime Minister of India. Hussainiwala happened, Patna visit, Fulwari Sharif happened. We have seen that, and now, so that is what is with Nitish Kumar up to. What is he up to? Every time we bust a terror module there, you change your partners. Is it not clear that he is playing in the hands of them, or is he implementing a Pakistani model there? He has himself confessed that he went to study the Pakistani model. Now he is trying to implement that Pakistani model here. Is it that? He owes an answer to the nation. He might
Does he
have
want to
changed his.
become the Does he want to become the next prime minister?
I do not see any chance because left to himself, even in the legislative assembly, he has won only 45 seats, and that even in the name of Modi. So I don't get into politics of it. Whereas a Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal could get almost 80% of the seats, 70% or 70 plus percent of the seats in her own state, which I do not think which any other chief minister has been able to manage. So will she let it go? See, the position, the political wisdom says that she is at least in her own turf.
Hmm.
She can win, but here he cannot even win in his own turf.
Absolutely.
That is the difference. So, if that is the case, I do not think any Mamata Banerjee will let go of the opportunity. I am saying the same reason that I am a master of my own turf. You are not even a master of your own turf.
Hmm.
That is the basic thing I will. So, I do not think it will ever happen.
Yeah. So, and the last point, this incident that happened to Salman Rushdie, what do you see it as?
See, if you have read my book, I also carry a threat, a fatwa, quite a few fatwas. It is for lifetime, they are never withdrawn.
Hmm.
And Salman Rushdie case has validated that. Now, we should be more concerned about somebody like Nupur Sharma, which has been highly publicized. My fatwa was not published, and a few other journalists were also given the fatwa, certain lawyers were given the fatwa. But something is extremely disturbing about this, that the fatwa has been executed after 32 years or 33 years, which is very, very unfortunate. And this should be also calibrated, and we should incidentally, there have been saying about people practicing liberal Islam. I have not seen any person who is a liberal Islamist condemning the Salman Rushdie's attack.
Hmm.
There's not a single person all over the world, even Ilhan Omar, who hails from New York, has not condemned the attack.
Hmm.
So, do they, if you are practicing that religion, don't you have free will? That is the basic question. So, this needs to be addressed, and the global community should come together to address this problem. Oil dependency is no more an issue there. Most of the Gulf wells or oil wells are drying up. And Ukraine war has shown us that Russia can be also equally adept oil source. So there are globally, it is a lot of things are changing. So I think this type of Salman Rushdie thing is very, very unfortunate. Everybody should condemn it.
So, just one candid question before you, Deep. Why are the Bollywood stars now stripping clothes to get attention? As in Ranveer Singh, who is posed in a magazine, stark naked. What is the purpose of this sort of exposure?
I do not know. Only they can answer this question. I do not know. Are they falling for cheap publicity because of lack of opportunities, or because incidentally, insider account says that Bollywood films are bombing in the box office.
Yes.
But southern ones which are being dubbed and into Hindi, they are doing well.
Yes.
So is it that to catch the publicity, somebody stands with a anti-CAA, his wife has stood with the anti-CAA protest, and Bollywood stars do not come free of cost. Later on, I told it in 2000 itself, but later on it has established that she charged few crores to come and join the protest. So
Yes,
basically,
exactly.
what is it? Basically, that is the question. So he must be, for a basic source of income, he might even be lying down naked for getting some money.
That's
That's
what I
it.
thought. In fact, that's what I thought.
It must be sponsored. Somebody must have said, "You lie down naked, I will pay you some
Yes,
2 crores
exactly.
or 1 crore." Right?
Yes. Yeah. So Maya says, RVS sir, may God always keep you safe and give you strength to continue
Thank you
this
very much.
crusade for truth.
Thank you
So
very much, Maya.
all of them wishing you the best. Thank you, sir, for sparing
Thank
so
you.
much time for us. Please take care of yourself.
Please, thank you.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah. Yeah, friends. So that's because sir had some other engagement as well. So let me just take some of your comments as we move. Amitabh KBC should be boycotted, the most cunning fellow. Yes, I think he's on the same lines as Amir Khan. There is no difference between Amir Khan and Amitabh Bachchan, except that one is a midget and one is a giant. Varun, uh, what that made her so when her movie 83 was boycotted and when she supported Kanhai Lal gang. I think you're talking about Deepika. Naked for making more bucks. Yes, they are now satisfied with what they have. They're never satisfied with what they have. Yes. Mani sir, wishing you for coming on the show. He was very kind enough, though he's got a very busy schedule, he did oblige. Not only for Sushant, it's justice for Jia Khan and Sri Devi. In fact, I don't know who is the most cunning of all. Amir, SRK, Amitabh, Akshay, Ranveer, all of these actresses. Let's just put them all together. So let me just take some of your earlier comments. LSC second day collection is 7 crores and RB second day collection is 6 crores. The only next thing they have to do is commit suicide. That's it. बुरी तरह flop हुई है. Yes. मजा. Yes, everybody is enjoying it. Good evening, Chandrika. Have you all hoisted our flag? Please do it. Yes, we've done it. And I think on social media, almost everyone is doing it. Minaji, when is Nambisa come? Yes, I tried calling him. It seems still very busy. Vijay Kumar, thank you very much, sir. We requested you to come on LSC, and you have come. Thank you, sir. Badan, Cat and Gullu doing during that movie shoot was heard of practicing French kiss for quite some time. Cat and Gullu. Now, who's Gullu? It's like accepting silly challenging that float in the internet. That's exactly what Ranveer did, yes. For money, of course. In fact, I don't know who's the most cunning, yes. But they say Rushdie had a roving eye. He was quite smitten by Riya Sen. I think if I remember correctly, even Sania Mirza had a fatwa for wearing skirts when playing tennis. Himani, Gehraiyan was so low level with cheap Deepika. She hit her cheapest low in this movie. Palturam went to Madam Maino to get her blessings, but does he think she will ever give up hopes for her papu? Meera, Mamta waiting for Bada Khela at center. Yes. What's the need to make such films, Shamshera and Brahmastra, if he's making nonsense films? Gehraiya. With 5 MPs, how can Nitish be PM? Very soon we should start boycotting OTT platforms as well, says Sanjana. Very true. Martin, is it Salman Khurshid or Salman Rushdie? It was Salman Rushdie. Flopastra is confirmed for sure. Now we have to make Pathan also flop. Kato said he's coming with two movies with that Sarah, all on OTT, and theater boycott all. Yes, and if you see any movies produced by Red Chilies also in OTT, please boycott it. Piyush Pandey, dear Minaji, I truly appreciate and admire your dedication, motivation, and courage towards the nationalistic issues. For me, you are a true nationalist and an inspiration. Keep up all the good work. Jai Hind. Thank you so much, Piyush. Your words and the fact that you have become a contributor as a subscriber, I'm really grateful for that. It makes our channel grow, and thank you for your good wishes. IMA is a non-government organization and a pet of Vatican. Man, with Deepika did to get sympathy from viewers by talking about depression. Yes. Kanata Kumar had said there is nothing he won't do for money. There is a price for everything. Ranveer is following suit. Sudha, how come Bargal get corona again? You're talking about Chorniya, yes. Deepika hit the lowest earlier itself when she did an Urfi Javed in that song in Happy New Year. She was hardly wearing anything. Yes. I wish the film Raksha Bandhan 2 faces the same debacle at vacant theatres as LSC. Yes. Deepika had already gone on a cruise with Malaya, the only two of them. Sushant once said, industry would collapse one day. Ma Saraswati blessed, and those became golden words. We can see it happening. This is the best thing that's happening to Bollywood. Actually, Karthik, you're right about Happy New Year and her hardly worn outfit. Instead of approaching my no, Paltu Ram must go to Pakistan, as he did before Bihar elections twice. Sandeep Fogat is inviting viewers on his channel at 8 p.m. What is this for, Vasanti? We have to boycott Brahmastra at all costs. Let's start the campaign for it. I think just a month is left for the movie to be released. Even they have been prepping for years, like LSC. Yeah, and then Butt should also get it. What will the new film city open? When will it open? Awaiting for Bollywood closure in Mumbai, says Shiva. Hopefully soon. Who is Gullu? Yes, that's what I'm also wondering. I hope Meena ma'am will cut a small cake when we reach 50K. Badan, yes, with all of you. And I'll bake it myself because my son says my chocolate cakes are quite good. Now that a fan of these so-called Bollywood stars will be in depression soon. Gullu is Gulshan Rover, okay. Actually, Karthik, you are right about Happy New Year, yes. Mani Saab is not invited to TV talks as he speaks the truth. No, it's not that way, Ashish. It's the other way. Mani sir has very clearly told me that he doesn't go to channels because they don't give him time to speak, and they all outshout him, and he prefers a sense of decorum. He would like what he has to say to be heard to the viewers, not outshouted. So that's why he doesn't go to certain channels. Congratulations, Meenaji and CM Family Boycott. Bollywood is working, and how? Thrilled with the response for LSC. Yes, thanks to all of you. Ma'am, after Gaurav Taneja, YouTuber Nikhil Mumbaikar promoted Lal Singh Chaddha and made video in theatre. What is OTT? So you have movies which come directly on Netflix or Prime Video or Sony. So those are OTT platforms. Meenaji, thanks for this wonderful show. Thank you so much. Now YouTubers are Urdu wood new PR. Don't put them all together, Bhairav. We are also there. We're fighting for the truth. Oh yes, those YouTubers promoting those Bollywood, and we'll boycott those YouTubers also. Good evening, Sri Ganesh. News anchor Sudhi said in the movie LSK, Army saves a terrorist and does business with him. But Forrest Gump shows Tom saving his senior officer. Alia and Ranveer have done enough PR stunts for this film, even their marriage. Yes. Thank you, Julia. They got pregnant. What more tamasha they want to do with me? Now, even this pregnancy may be a stunt, is my prediction. Yes, anyone who promotes Bollywood should be boycotted, be it YouTuber or anybody else. So, with this note, I'll end the session. We'll see you on Saturday with another interesting session. Good night, friends.